Hello, hi, my name is Victor Mbachi, and I hope we're coping with the time and seasons. I strongly believe that you will not get into depression. Please raise your head up high and believe that the best will happen afterwards. Post-COVID-19, we strongly believe that things will get better, but of course you must take out this time to plan. Think about yourself, think about what you want to achieve and all that you desire to gain. Today I want to talk to you about managing envy. Managing envy. The subject of envy has been there like forever. So it's not new. However, it's now prevalent in our time and season. Regardless of the kind of progress you make, small, medium, or a very huge success, people would always envy. Certain people would find it offensive for you at the pace at which you are excelling or at the pace at which things are working out for you. So let's talk about envy. Envy is the act of counting other people's blessings in a malicious way and putting aside yours. Counting other people's blessings, progress, excellence, lifestyle, professionalism in a malicious way and putting yours aside. So I'll give an example of what I mean, and a lot of people have been caught in this web. You wake up in the morning, get dressed to go out to work, you get to the office and there's so much envy around, there's so much jealousy around you, from the top to the least person in one department or the other, and then you leave the office. Let's hope it's a midweek service or you have an engagement in the evening, and then you step out of the office after hours, to a formal or informal gathering later that evening, and you still find a lot of vibes of envy around you. Now, the question is, how do you survive your daily life having to think there are a lot of people who do not appreciate your person or who keeps attacking your progress? And this is why we need to talk about this. Managing envy is like a two-way street. And these are the two ways we're going to be looking at today. The first one is look inwards and address yourself. Oftentimes it's not just all about people. It's not about the way people perceive you, but you must also understand that the way you perceive others, what you make happen for others, Mike Murdoch said, God will make happen for you. So if you are an envious person, expect to get loads of it. So the first thing we're going to address is look inwards and address yourself. And then the second one, which would come up in the next episode because of our time, would be look around you and manage others. So let's talk about looking inwards and addressing yourself. I'm going to give you 5 points on how to address yourself when it comes to the issue of managing envy. Okay, so number 1, focus on yourself rather than comparing. Focus on yourself rather than comparing. People who compare themselves with others oftentimes think that life is a competition. And I can tell you that those who see life as competition would end up running another man's race. Anyone who sees life as a competition will end up running another man's race. Comparing yourself with others is the easiest way to become miserable. There are people who are better than you, who have more stuff than you do. So just celebrate your own self, focus on yourself, on how far you have come and the things you want to achieve. So don't forget, number 1, focus on yourself rather than comparing. All right, so number 2, be grateful for what you have. So I understand that the first thing you do is, compare yourself with yourself and not with someone else. But this second point is very, key. You need to be grateful for what you have. A lot of people have been boxed up in the act of envy because they are not satisfied or they are not grateful for what they have. So aside from comparing yourself with yourself, you need to add some gratitude exercise, as this will help you suppress the mindset of envy towards others. So take a few minutes of your day, to look at what you have and how much you have achieved and be grateful for it. Number 3, develop an abundance mentality. Develop an abundance mentality. Why do you think some people would like to take what belongs to others? It is because they feel that what they have is not enough for them. Alright, so this brings to mind one of the stories in the Holy Book about a man who was traveling to a very far country and decided to invest in his servants. He gave one 5 talents, he gave to the other servant 2, and gave to the last guy 1 talent. The problem wasn't that the last guy didn't get any talent. The problem was that he was ungrateful. He felt he didn't have enough. And so he was envious of his master, having to say that his master would, get returns on the little talent he's given to him. Please develop an abundance mentality. This would help you suppress envy. Focusing your mind on scarcity would obviously make you envy another man's abundance. So you must learn to focus on your abundance. Number 4, think about what's a need for you. So you see, most times when we see other people advancing in life and things get better for them, rather than think of how they can complement our efforts, help us, or rather show us how they achieved their success, a lot of people zone in to the point where they start envying them. Think of what's in it for you. Maybe this guy can show you how. Maybe this guy can be very supportive to you, but you must think about what's in it for you. And I'll give you a very good example. You have a colleague in the office, you work together for a common goal, and at some point, a particular project is handed over to this guy to lead or to be the team lead, as the case may be. You don't have to be perturbed. However, you need to think of the success of that project rather than think or start struggling with the fact that you were supposed to be the team lead. Because at the end of the day, if everybody does well and the team or the project comes out fine, everybody gets the glory. Everybody gets a share of the pie. So think about what's in it for you. Don't just struggle and fight people because they're making advances and they're making progress. And this is so demotivating in our time and generation, where people just want to get into it all by themselves. They want to be the one in the forefront, even when they don't have what it takes. Celebrate other people's achievements. Celebrate other people's excellence. And think of how they can collaboratively support you. Right, number 5. Get a life. This is the best of it, in my opinion. Spend less time analyzing people's life. Spend less time talking to others or maliciously evaluating other people's life. After you have compared yourself with yourself, after you have, developed a grateful mindset, think about abundance. Get a life for yourself. Go and catch some fun. Engage in some of the things that helps you reduce your mental stress, because the more you think about people and how advanced they have gone, thinking that you are laid back or you are left behind, it will worry you and could push you to that zone where you start envying them. So please get a life. Hang out with friends, catch some fun out there, get a life for yourself. You were not created to monitor people. You were not created to evaluate people's lives. You were created to fulfill a purpose. So please think your purpose and get a life for yourself. Because at the end of the day, life will not count the number of persons you have maliciously evaluated. Life will count on your achievements and how well you lived. I hope I've been able to make some sense today, talking to you about how to look inwards and address yourself, because that's the starting point. The next episode, I'm going to be talking to you about how to look around you and manage envy. Don't forget, in this part, we've talked about how to look inwards and address yourself. So look out for the next episode of this video, where I'm going to be talking to you about how to look around you, spot envious people or malicious people, and how to manage them. Remember, life was made to be simple, so don't complicate life for yourself. Thank you.